Hello, it's Weekend Handicapper and happy 2018 Kentucky Derby Day. In this video, we're going to break down the field and I'll give you my picks at the end of the video. But above all else, this is a special event. Derby's amazing. It's a great cultural event, historic sporting event every year. It's wonderful. So win or lose, let's enjoy this event. Let's enjoy these beautiful horses and all the pretty outfits that you might see and all the celebrities if you're into that sort of thing. But this being a handicapping channel and a handicapping website, weekendhandicapper.com, let's make some money. If you hadn't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, subscribe to this YouTube channel so you could get the latest videos on how to win at the track. So let's try to win this year's Kentucky Derby, a very chaotic race every year. This year, I'm so excited because we got a really good field. So many good horses in this field. Number one, so let's take these horses one by one. Number one, to me, isn't a good horse in this field, Parisian Fire, or as we could say in Kentucky, Fire, deserving long shot. It's got the one post, which is always not a good thing, even if you had a really good horse in the number one spot. Horrible post. I don't see it. Faces a much tougher competition. Too many things up against for this number one horse, Parisian Fire. Number two, Free Drop Billy. I don't see it. It doesn't compete with the rest of this field. Number three, Promises Fulfilled. It was my my Florida Derby horse. It has early speed, but that early speed was too early and it faded on me and cost me some money. It might get out there in this year's field, but it's going to get caught, in my opinion, by better horses over the distance, all right? So skip number three. Number four, Flame Away is a throwaway, in my opinion. I'll pass on number five. Now, starting with number five is where we're getting really good quality horses. To me, these next few horses are legit contenders and probable winners. So number five, Audible, the Florida Derby winner. Really intrigued with this horse. It has Pletcher. We all know he's a really good trainer. Castellano, one of my favorite jockeys that is very capable of winning the Kentucky Derby. I like the post position. It has class. The speed figures are consistent. So that's a plus. You name it, I don't see many flaws with number five, Audible. So that's a legit contender for this year's Kentucky Derby. Number six, Good Magic. I like these connections too. Jose Ortiz and Chad Brown. Chad Brown did really well at Keeneland this year. It has class and it could be a contender. So I'm not going to toss that one out too easily. If I do at all, which I won't, toss out number six. Number seven, Justify. It's very easy to justify your pick. If you like this horse, it's the probable favorite and it deserves to be. It's undefeated. It's got a big race day jockey, Mike Smith. Baffert, that's all you need to say. Baffert there. It could keep improving, and that's with one of the angles I like to use with the Kentucky Derby or any race, but definitely the Kentucky Derby. Look for horses that you think are going to keep improving. You see the speed figures keep improving. You see the horses it's just getting better, right? And if you're right at a decent odds, you're going to be compensated for your prediction of that horse going to keep improving. And it's scary if this horse keeps improving. So definitely, you have to include it. I don't like betting favorites, but the Derby's different, you know? Who knows what kind of odds you might get, especially if you link it up in the exotics. There's no shame in betting a favorite, hooking a favorite up in your exactas, trifectas, superfectas on Derby Day. So definitely include Justify. Number eight, Lone Sailor. Another long shot with little shot in my opinion. So let's go on to number nine, Hofberg, which is an interesting horse that could, again, keep improving. It's been on the up pretty much every race. It's second in the Florida Derby behind Audible, who, as I already said, is a horse I really like. So definitely include this horse in your exotics. Number 10, My Boy Jax. And for those people that are new to horse racing, exotics means your exactas, which comes in first and second. Trifectas, which you need your Hofberg in this case, let's say. You need that horse to come in first, second, or third if you're going to include it in exactas and superfectas, first, second, third, and fourth. To all of those that might be new to horse racing. That's what exotics mean, or some examples of exotics. Number 10, my boy Jack. Not much to go on except the closing speed. So on a big day, maybe it could pick up the pieces on third and fourth in a big race like the Derby. So that's as far as I'm going to include my boy Jack, only because it might close in to some of this pace. And let me explain. This year's Derby, you got a lot of really good horses that their preferred running style is near the front or mid-pack, kind of pressing, early speed kind of horses. So usually those horses are the ones that stay up there and win. If you have a whole bunch of really early speed, blitz, suicidal pace kind of stuff, then it's a whole different thing, and you might be able to have good horses come in from the back of the pack. But I think the pace scenario this year, like many others do, is just your early speed horses or your mid-pack horses, your pressing kind of, and there won't be, give the closers a shot, especially ones that aren't that classy to close in on. So my boy Jack, third or fourth at best, so in your tries and superfectas. Number 11, Boat d'Oro. This is an interesting horse that some people like and are talking about. Really good speed figures. He's got a good running style in this race. I would not be shocked if that horse wins. Number 12, Enticed. Nothing entices me to bet this horse to include in this race, so I'm going to leave that horse out. Number 13, Bravazzo. When it comes to Derby history, it's easy to pull for D. Wayne Lucas. He's a Hall of Fame trainer. Be a good story. But I don't think this horse will be a factor today. Number 14, this horse probably will be a factor in my opinion. I don't care where it's shipping from or what the track record has been for horses coming from over in Dubai. This horse got really good connections, a really good trainer, Aidan O'Brien. Ryan Moore's a really good jockey. And this horse was super impressive. Now, something to think about. Do you get blown away by the 18-length victory that this horse had? Very impressive. Do you fall victim to that? That horse had it easy on the lead, went around on its own, no trouble trip, no traffic problems, which doesn't usually happen in the Derby. So do you kind of play against it and say, well, that was too easy to face that good a competition? Usually these horses that ship from overseas don't do too well in the Derby. Or do you say, it won by 18 lengths, this is probably a really good horse, got really good connections, and you bet that horse. No matter if it's the Derby or any other race, here's something that I always think about and consider when betting horses. I do not want to be kicking myself or beat myself up if I didn't have a certain horse. And something tells me that this horse, if I don't bet it, I might be kicking myself and beating myself up and cost some money or be left out of a really nice payday because I didn't take that 18-length victory seriously or didn't take this horse seriously. So I think Mendelssohn is a contender. It might be a very special horse, and I don't want to be wrong and be out of some money because I thought I was contrarian when I really shouldn't have been. So I'm going to include Mendelssohn. I think it's a very strong, legit contender to win the Kentucky Derby, and certainly included in your exactas, trifectas, and superfectas. Now, number 15, Instilled Regard, is a long shot that I won't include. Number 16, Magnum Moon, another Pletcher horse. It's undefeated. Could it win? Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked, but I'm going to play against that horse. Number 17, oh my gosh, a legit long shot, in my opinion. Solomini, the other Baffert. There's a video, check out my YouTube video about the other Baffert horse. Angle, could it factor in this year's Kentucky Derby? Certainly could. It has in the past, not maybe in the Kentucky Derby, but in other races. Everybody's focused, in this case, on Justified. maybe show Solo Mini some love, because I think it's a legit long shot. If you're going to swing for the fences on Derby Day in the Kentucky Derby, number 17 would be that horse for me. Consistent speed figures, every call of the race, certainly going to be included, like I said, in all kinds of exotics. All right, so if you want my best price horse for this year's 2018 Kentucky Derby, it's probably going to be this. Well, it is going to be this horse, without a doubt. Number 18, Vino Rosso. Won the Wood. Another Pletcher horse. Got John Velasquez. It's a closer. Like I said before, will the closers have much to close in against? Not much, but with those connections, I'll at least include it in the tries and supers, just in case it picks up the pieces. Number 19, Nova Indy, another Pletcher horse, winner of the LA Derby, which is the Louisiana Derby, for those playing at home. Could keep improving, but I don't know what kind of competition this horse faces, and it's certainly facing a pretty good group today. So at best, tries and supers again. Number 20, Combatant, long shot that I won't include. And number 21, Blended Citizen is also eligible. I doubt if he'll get in the field for this year's Kentucky Derby. If he gets in and is able to or eligible to race, I still won't be playing it. So how am I going to bet this year's 2018 Kentucky Derby? Like I said, it's a really good field. A lot of your really good classy horses have a running style that suits the Kentucky Derby, which is up close, mid-pack kind of thing, pressing kind of early speed, kind of pressing pace. I hope the favorite streak comes to an end, which means Justified won't win, and we'll have some prices. So I'm going to go with number 5 for the win, which is Audible. Put a win bet on Audible, and number 14, Mendelssohn. If you want some long shots, I think number 17, Solo Mini, and number 11, Bolt d'Oro would be your really good price plays, especially number 17, Solo Mini. But my top horse in the whole field is number 5, Audible. I'll probably put a nice win bet on that. I think number 14's Mendelssohn's legit. So those are the wins. And please, people, I'm not all about bragging rights and pride. I'm about winning money. And on the Kentucky Derby, if I bet 4, or if you bet, there is no shame betting 4 or 5 horses to win if you're going to profit from them on a race like the Kentucky Derby. I don't want to be right all the time. I want to make money every single time I go to the track. So I don't need to narrow it down to one horse in a field of 20 that so many factors and chaos can happen. I want to win money, and I don't care if it takes me 3-4 horses to bet to win to do that. I can structure my bets where I can come out ahead no matter what. But you don't stop with win bets on the Kentucky Derby. You do exactas, trifectas. The exactas would be 5 and 14, which are my top picks, Audible and Mendelssohn, over the 5, 7, 11, 14, 17, 9, and 6. A lot of combinations, but you'll probably get rewarded. Number 7, Justified. What do you do with him? I'm trying to beat him, but I'll be a fool not to include him on top with some of these horses underneath in exotics too, exactas too. So structure your tickets how you want. Factor in these horses I'm talking about. It's anybody's ball game in this year's Kentucky Derby. It's a really good field. Have fun. Check out weekendhandicapper.com. I'll be putting trifecta plays on there and superfecta plays. But if I had to choose a handful of horses, it's number 5, Audible, number 14, Mendelssohn, of course. Justified is a legit contender, and I'm going to use him, maybe not a win bet because he'll probably be the favorite, but I'm going to use him in exactas, especially in trifectas and superfectas. So check out weekendhandicapper.com. If you hadn't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to this YouTube channel so you can get the latest tutorials and picks from me. Check me out on social media, which is Facebook, Twitter, and Weekend Handicapper. And until next time, happy handicapping and smart wagering, and enjoy this wonderful. I'm so excited about this year's Kentucky Derby because some really good horses and you could have a special horse among all those really good horses. So good luck, best of luck to you. Please bet smart, bet and have fun, and enjoy these wonderful thoroughbred horses that we have. Take care.